If you just had a total knee replacement and you're feeling frustrated by how stiff and tight your knee feels when you try to bend it, I'm going to show you 3 simple steps that you can take that will improve your knee flexion without forcing anything, without pushing through pain, and without having to go through a lot of aggressive stretching. I'm Eirk, and in this video, I'm going to go over 3 simple steps that you can take to improve your ability to bend your knee, especially after a total knee replacement. Now, what I want you to do is come into a comfortable chair that will be able to help you feel comfortable at this stage of your recovery. Now, realize a knee replacement is a very major surgery, and it may take you up to a year to fully recover. But these 3 steps will really help to improve your knee flexion. As you put your foot on the ground, and you may notice that your leg right now cannot extend at the knee or flex at the knee very well, all you have to do is move your foot back just enough by bending your knee that your entire foot is now making contact with the ground. So we have this ball of the foot that's right behind the toes, that pad, that extends from the big toe to the little toe. I want you to actually put some pressure on that part of your foot. Now, when you do this, you're going to feel some muscles engaging all along the bottom of your foot, and you're also going to feel some squeezing at the back of your ankle near your Achilles tendon. As you push down, you may even notice that your heel comes up a little bit. That's totally fine. What I want you to feel is engagement in the calf muscle, which actually attaches on the inside and the outside of your knee. Now, there's a tendency to throw this into your hip flexors, trying to draw it in with your hips, or to use your hamstrings to do the work, which is okay, but right now I want you to try to put your mind right here in your calf. So as you press that foot into the ground and you're lightly pushing it in, I want you just to imagine that you're trying to do a calf raise. You're squeezing the muscles in the back of your leg, and I want you to hold that for about 5 or 6 seconds, keeping your toes relaxed, and then release. Now, if you feel pain when you were doing that, you were either pushing too hard or your joint position was too extreme. So redirect that, try it again. As you press down again, hold that there, lightly pressing the ball of your foot down, squeezing through the back of the calf. You should not be shaking as you're holding this. Shaking is another indicator that you're doing too much, and then release it. Give yourself a little bit of rest. You wouldn't believe how weak these muscles get after a surgery like you've had. So in the last one, again, as we press down into the floor again and pull back, you may notice that things are feeling better and that you might want to ramp up your force, but this may induce cramps, and that is still not what we're trying to do. This is an activation isometric to engage the back of your lower leg. Now, when you finish that step, what you may notice as you move your foot into dorsiflexion at the ankle and plantar flexion at the ankle, that it feels a little bit more mobile, and you may notice that your knee is already starting to bend a little bit. But let's take it on into step number 2, which is going to involve us having to stand. Make sure that you have a sturdy object like a wall or a table, or just walk around to the back of the chair. We don't want to work on balance right now, and we certainly don't want to be falling. So instead of using a strap to pull your knee to bend or having someone else push your knee into a bent position, we're going to use good old gravity. So as you stand up, take your involved leg and move it behind you. Now, your femur bone is going to be pointing straight down. Your knee is pointing down towards the floor. From here, I want you to try to pick up your foot by bending your knee. Now, the weight of your lower leg, your fibula, as well as your tibia and your foot and ankle, they have weight. And so when we start to bend that knee, we're going to immediately feel the hamstring kicking in. Now, I don't necessarily want you to use your glute just yet. Make sure your knee is pointing straight down to the floor. And if you can only bend your knee that much, that's okay. Hold that there and squeeze into the hamstring and calf. Hold for about 5 seconds and release. And if you notice, right now my foot is completely relaxed, okay? Wait for a few seconds, give yourself time to recover, and then repeat it. So again, as we pick up that foot, you may notice that your knee flexion, your bending of your knee, is a little bit better. Why is that? We are slowly teaching the nervous system to allow for this range by improving the sensitivity of the muscle. You're going to feel that initial contraction, But what we're trying to do right now is sustain that contraction. And by doing that, activating this tissue, this is what's actually going to reduce your pain and inflammation. On the last one, I want you to squeeze this again. Now you can certainly do this 5, 10 times if you want, but I want you to really work on contracting into your hamstring and glute. And then relax. Now, for step number 3, we're going to put step number 1 and 2 together. So the first thing I want you to do is you pick up your foot, you're going to plantar flex the ankle and curl your toes. The exact thing that we just did in the chair. When you do this, you feel your calf muscle. From there, see if you can maintain that while bending your knee. Now we have support coming in from the hamstring, from the calf, all at the same time to try to help bend the knee. And then release it. Take a little break and we'll try it one more time. This time as we start to bend that knee again, pointing that knee straight to the floor, start with that plantar flexion, add knee flexion, just enough to feel that contraction, hold it. I want you to slowly begin to move that leg behind you, start to feel a little more glute involvement, not a lot. And then relax. Make sure you give yourself about 5 seconds or so to come down. I would absolutely put weight on my leg so I can feel the effects of it. You may even start to notice your pain diminishing already. And then finally, as you go into your last step, we are moving into knee flexion, plantar flexion, and moving that back a little more. Now, as you finish those 3 little steps in these isometrics, how does your ability to bend your knee feel? How does your pain feel and inflammation feel as you stand on it? If you do this regularly and you don't force, you don't push, you allow your body to recover on its own over time, you will recover so much faster from your knee replacement. Just be patient. The last thing we want to do is put more pressure on the other side and 2 years later have to have this one replaced. If you would like more information on progressive Strength Smart workouts and guided programs, make sure to check out my platform, FIS OnDemand. And if you'd like to get into some deeper conversations about strength, aging, and resilience, check out my podcast, Making Muscle Memories. Most of all, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next video.